The Elusive Samurai Season 2 Episode 1 is here, and boy, it did not disappoint. If you want to see my reaction to it, you can check it out on Patreon in the description down below. But with that said, my name is Mark, and as always, like and subscribe, ding the notification bell, hype the video, YouTube will left, and of course, engage with the video lets me know that people actually want to see this, so comment, like, do all the good jazz. Patreon, as I said, down below. And with that said, if you're new here, strap in. If you've been here before, you know what to do. Grab your snacks, grab your drinks, grab your notebooks, and let's talk about the episode. So, episode 1 starts out with... Episode 1 of Season 2, I should say, starts out with a sea bream adventure. And so, that's all I wrote down was, for this part, was sea bream adventure. So, basically, Tokiyuki likes sea bream. Because he was being questioned about what he's had when he was in Kamakura still. It must have been nice and lavish. Lavish? But it turns out it was a sea bream. It was a fish. He had it with his family, or at least with his brother, and he liked it a lot. It was his favorite thing. And so his retainers then decide to work together to get some sea bream for him, to try to cheer him up, because he was also looking a little down, which I don't blame him for looking down, man. It's been like a summer or two already since... It's been 2 summers since everything happened. I don't blame him for looking down, man. Like, you kind of lost everything, and then you also have to then participate basically in a war to retake your hometown. Like, yeah. I'd look down too, man, if I had to deal with that shit. But they eventually do manage to catch the sea bream. It's a nice moment of them all like working together, delegating their jobs, stuff like that. Placing ice underground for some reason. I haven't figured that one out yet. And they eventually catch it, and now they have to they carve a straight path to the shortest route. Like literally they cut stuff up. They place giant logs over the river so they cross it, because they need the shortest route ever. That way it doesn't spoil by the time they get there. It gets there, of course, because I'm glad it worked out. And so they're like, yo, here, eat some. And he does, and he cries, and it's sweet because we get a little flashback to a time when he ate with his brother. Pretty sure his brother, the one who lost his head. But yeah, it's a really sweet moment. Bittersweet, honestly. It's sweet because like it's a time when they were both happy and they were just having fun. They're just being together as a family and all that. But that's also bitter because he's dead. And that'll never happen again. It's so fucked when you think about it, man. Like, damn. Anyways, while he's crying and all that, Yorashige, pretty sure that's the guy's name. The priest guy. Pretty sure his name is Yorashige. He shows up. Well, he doesn't show up to them. He shows up and has them all come with him, except for Tokiyuki, and they're talking about retaking Kamakura. And so I'm not surprised that they are getting ready to retake it. And this is where the episode really kicks off. This was like a teaser of like a palate cleanser, pre-palate cleanser, a palate cleanser before your palate needs to be cleansed. It kind of defeats the purpose. They should have put it at the end. But anyway, what we learn is that Kamakura has changed dramatically, because the one girl, the one priest girl, she went undercover. I'm pretty sure it was her who went undercover there, and we learn that there was a new ruler. And elite warriors were assembled, and these young warriors will stand in the way of retaking Kamakura. And what's the one kid's name? I didn't write his name down. I wrote down other names, but I didn't write the one kid's name down. The silver hair samurai, not the one that likes food, the other one. Anyways, he says it's gonna be a battle of the next generation, or not, maybe not him per se. He says that he's always fought old men, and this will be a change of pace. But the other girl, Ayako, she says it's gonna be a showdown for the next generation, and that's true. And the last pot shot of that scene is Tokiyuki saying that he has age and youth on his side. But Tokiyuki says that there is no one with the same dedication to Kamakura as him. I don't know if it's dedication specifically, but that's what he says. And it's a cool shot of him with everyone behind him, and how no one's gonna beat him essentially. Oh, I should also mention at the very beginning of the episode, we got a little recap done by some lady who I don't know. It was a real lady, like a real lady sitting there doing that, and I appreciate her energy, man. She had the energy, but I didn't know why they did that or why it was her, but I'm not complaining. I like the energy. It was a good recap, and so now we get to see the new elite warriors and ruler. The new ruler is Tadayoshi Ashikaga, and he pushed forward the city's reconstruction and the restoration of public order. And to do so, he established the Kanto Hisashiban to carry out his will. And it's full of promising young men who would carry the Ashikaga clan's future. Which, fair enough. And this is when we get to learn about the different members. They're the important people, at least. For example, Group 1 leader is Yoshisue Shibukawa. He has a green outfit, and he's like a... He seems to be the kind of guy. He's like a straight-laced guy who's more like he values honor and stuff like that, which, hey, valid. He also has a green outfit. Pretty sure I mentioned that. Anyways, because I like to write down identifier for characters if there's too many of them. Then the next one we get to meet is Group 2 leader, who is Iwamatsu, although there's a question mark next to his name. And he's a surfer dude, and we learned that he has a sword inside the surfboard. It's a massive sword. Genuinely. Like, damn, man. And then after that, we get to meet the Group 2 vice leader, Noriaki. He has pointy ears. And he's also like a coward and always has a few people with him. Then we get to meet the assistant, who is MarkJrReacts Shiba. He's a 13-year-old kid, and he... I don't actually know why he's there. I don't have anything really aside from he's like a running commentary of everyone. Which, I mean, fair enough, if that's his purpose. But, yeah. Anyways. Then, to go with all this, after we get to learn who they are attacked by remnants of the Hojo clan, presumably. And I gotta give the people credit. Like, they didn't just, like, take this on the chin. They fought back. More, like, than I expected them, honestly, too. Like, they fought back, like, they had plans. They planned to ambush them. They had a lot of people. Like, they were huge. They had a solid plan. The problem is that everyone else was also smart, too. And so, they unfortunately lost. It was a bloody loss, man. And that's also when we learned that Tadayoshi is the brother to Takeuchi, who's like the one guy who started everything. Basically started everything, man. He trying to keep the hair out of my eye. He like started everything, and Tadayoshi is his brother. And Tadayoshi is smart and always like calculating and stuff like that, whereas his brother is the charismatic one. And yeah, I can see that, especially because Tadayoshi, like, he's definitely calculating, because he calculated the exact spot where the arrows that are flying at him wouldn't reach him. And so while everything's going on, while like everyone's all like handling the ambush and the attack and all that, he's like he's working. He's doing his administrative duties, and everyone around him is like scared while answering his questions. And honestly, I don't blame them for being scared, man. But also, if I were them, I probably wouldn't be as scared, if only because, like, hey, the guy that we're supposed to be serving, he's not scared. Why should we be scared, man? Like, in that kind of situation. So, I mean, fair enough. But, yeah. Anyways, that all works out. And then we also, get to meet one guy. We don't get to meet much of him. But we got to learn that his name is Imagawa. He's also an assistant. I'm not sure what the assistant part is. Is it, like, assistant to, like, the group leaders? or assistant to something else, or what? But Imagawa has a horse mask, and Magojiro, who's the 13-year-old kid. Did I say his name earlier? I know I said Shiba. I don't remember if his first name. I think that's his first name. But Magojiro says that Imagawa with the horse mask is scary, and it's like because like he can't tease him on the mask because like the guy Imagawa has like that vibe of like, despite wearing a horse mask, he has a vibe of you don't want to mess with him. Which, fair enough. I'm not sure why he has the horse mask. I wonder if he's gonna play a part in the future, like an important part. But meanwhile, next scene is we get to see a little bit of Prince Morty-Yoshi? Is that right? That's Morty-Yoshi. Prince Morty-Yoshi, who is Takeuji's greatest opponent. He was falsely accused of treason and then captured. And he learns that he's going to be sent to a prison in Kamakura. And he's having a conversation with Takeuji. And I'm not gonna go deep into the conversation. You can check out my reaction to it because I have a few thoughts over there. But in the meantime, there's one scene that happens that creepy. Didn't like that one at all. But basically they're talking about how the prince is like, there's a safe way to do this, and that's to come in as a second reformer if a great upheaval happens that's caused by the first one, and come in as a second one. And Takeuji, that's his plan. His plan is to come in as a second reformer, and he expects an upheaval to happen. And because like this guy, he's charismatic, but he's also dangerously smart. And Prince Morty-Yoshi says that when he comes in as the second reformer, when that happens, the demon within him will reveal itself. And yeah, I'm not surprised. Why'd they have to use real eyes though for that scene, man? They could have drew the eyes, right? Or was the point to make it creepy? That was probably the point, actually. But I did write down one thing. So Prince Morty-Yoshi, his like fate is to be sent to a prison in Kamakura to be run by that's going to be run by Tadayoshi, who's Takeuji's younger brother. Something tells me Prince Morty-Yoshi and Tokiyuki are going to meet, right? Like there's no reason he would have mentioned that they would have mentioned that he's going to be sent to a prison in Kamakura if he was not going to meet Tokiyuki later on, right? Tokiyuki, not Tokiyuki. Tokiyuki. And so I am curious how that's going to go. But time will tell. I do wonder what this season's going to have in store for it. Is it just going to be retaking Kamakura as like the main, main plot for the story for the season, or is there going to be more to it? I don't know. What I do know is I'm very, very excited to see what happens in episode 2 and so on, because I will say, as always, this show does something really well, and that's vibrancy. They know how to make character, like colors and stuff like that, vibrant, like the blood, so vibrant, man. I will say, small details. Well, something I noticed, it doesn't feel as crisp or as sharp as season 1 did, and I don't know if that's by design or not. But it doesn't. It's definitely like top tier for it. But like compared to season 1 already, it doesn't feel as vibrant, I will say, or as like detailed. It was still detailed. It's hard to put. Like if you watch the episode and then watch season 1, I think you'd recognize what I mean. But with that said, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Check out the reaction in the description down below, as always. And of course, let me know your thoughts are in the comments down below. I am very curious what your thoughts are on my thoughts, my review, my reaction, and everything else. Yeah, anything else? Nope. Like and subscribe, ding the notification bell, hype the video in the YouTube mobile app. Engage with the video, as I said, because that tells me people actually care about my coverage of this. So, anyways, with that said, until next time, my name is Mark. Never stop being yourself. Stay safe out there. I've been talking so much, man. Never stop being yourself. Stay safe, and I will see all you incredible people in the very next video.